Every achievement requires trial and error. These are serious times, not business as usual. I am planning to do jump rope every morning. What types of customers do you expect to attract? He is hilarious, witty, charming, and easy on the eyes. I tend to run hot, so I prefer cold beverages more. I must be there to root for my team. I'd like to get home before the food coma sets in. They are in a catch-22 situation. The shooting is expected to end at 8. I am aiming to get my 6 packs. Let's stick to our original plan. No matter how tired she is, she never goes to bed with makeup on. I'm feeling off today. Something feels off. I am an expert at driving this car. Your house, your rules, and all that jazz. Stop talking on the phone and hit the books. There is a bookstore just around the corner from my house. What's the weather like in your hometown? I'm only talking things over with you. It is important to hit the ground running. That way I won't have to use as many bullet points. I can keep you company for dinner. I got accepted into a graduate school of translation and interpretation. However, I was sorely mistaken. I am at my best when I'm interpreting. And I think it is my calling. I want to be at my best for the exam. The song got me thinking about my childhood. Trust me, one day you will watch this movie and cry your eyes out. What is your foreign registration number? Of course, I'd be more than happy to do that. You should be aware of black eyes. Here are a few things that you need to be aware of. I don't think that this will pose a risk to children. He was well aware of the problem. The 5 shots I received that day took a load off my chest. I have some news that will take a load off your chest. It was such a rip-off the last time I checked. It was half the price. As far as I remember, we barely made it to the airport on time. We need to work in an orderly way. It's never too late. Small steps can make a big difference. We need to make sure to maintain the quality. Our team will get the best of this game. French is derived from Latin. I want to get accepted into one of the top 3 universities in Seoul. What do you think about people having plastic surgery? What is a part of your face that you wish to change? I recently binge watched a travel reality show. The show made me feel a sense of connection. That sounds like a lot to deal with. We don't have a set schedule, so we will just have to play it by ear and see how the days goes. I hope you will keep an eye out for it and show us lots of support. Police have asked residents to keep an eye out for anything suspicious. English accents are all over the map, aren't they? I had to fill in for HITEC last night. I assure you it won't happen again. Our product is superior to our competitors. That explains it. It felt like not only my body but also my mind was becoming healthier. Putting on weight is a common side effect. Before I knew it, I became the team leader. He admitted driving recklessly. I improved my skin by maintaining a regular diet. I regret not being able to help. Thanks for always being a good friend, through thick and thin. I was so surprised that my mind went blank. I immediately broke into a cold sweat. It's a quick fix, but by no means a sureable long-term solution. Rest assured that your money is in good hands. I took note of the lecturer's points. They are committed to restoring damaged files. Our store caters to dog owners. We have to submit the proposal by tomorrow at all costs. At all costs, one way or another, come hell or high water, through thick and thin, no matter what it takes. I'm finishing this mission. What kind of presents are popular in your country? Can you name some historical places you have visited? What are the benefits of reading a newspaper? It strikes me that she is not telling the truth. It suddenly struck me that I hadn't bought a gift. It ends up being something people rationalize one way or another. As we get older, we tend to reminisce about our school days. I can't think of anything. Let me pick your brain. I will pencil you in for 5 p.m. on Thursday. The first thing we need to do is identify the problem. They will handle the cost through insurance. I am being helped by my co-workers. He got what he wanted by putting a guilt trip on her. They took a stand to protect themselves. My wife sleeps with her mouth open. Joy left the office with the windows open. You can't meet the needs of everyone all at once. Consumer awareness has been on the rise. She remained dry-eyed throughout the trial. They export their products to markets throughout the world. His increasement contributed to the outcome. It has been a pleasure working as your driver. The winter seemed endless, but spring is in the air. Spring is here and romance is in the air. Is this being taken into consideration? That should be taken into consideration. She threw me under the bus. I mostly stick to familiar foods. You should take a chance on some things you haven't eaten before. He is known for always talking behind people's backs. You can easily brighten up someone's day with a small compliment. I can never get a read on what he's thinking. Meeting up with friends and sharing the breeze is a great way to blow off steam. I know what you are saying. I'd like to take you out to dinner tonight. I left my apartment in a hurry to catch the bus. Life gets in the way. But life got in the way and we couldn't put it into practice. Due to a lack of spare time and financial constraints, I've talked my wife into taking golf lessons. They gave me the opportunity to participate in the activity. Most people take out a loan to buy a car. It was a brain fart. Many office workers suffer from brain fog. Is there construction work going on somewhere? It took her a long time to come to terms with the loss of her beloved pet. Little did I know that Jenny had been spying on me. Waking up early has become a part of my daily routine. I drink coffee to wake myself up every morning. I think my wife needs some time to herself. I got up at the crack of dawn to pick them up. Waking up early was a real challenge. The decision to hire her was a stroke of genius. We appreciate your cooperation and wish you a comfortable journey. You are free to choose any ingredients you want. The times are changing, and that method is no longer effective. There needs to be a practical and effective solution. AI is being applied in almost every field. On the one hand, it worries me. The pace of technological advancement is so fast. We need to develop our awareness and norms accordingly. I don't want my family to take a backseat because of my career. Do you happen to know where he went? I'm afraid we've run out of gas. He resigned for a variety of reasons. Working at my new job has been a refreshing change of pace. There is no way to bypass traffic congestion. Cows provide us with milk. This is a walk in the park compared to my last job. I'm not very good with the numbers, so I'm not confident. They arrived home safe and sound after driving in a storm. I had to choke back tears to finish the presentation. I wish you a speedy recovery. I hope he will make a speedy recovery. Let's talk it out and think things through. I can't bring myself to sing unless I've had a drink. The whole point is to avoid unhealthy snacks. Your attention to detail is really impressive. I needed to be prepared to avoid collisions with cars and that cut me off. Another driver cut me off when I was trying to make a right turn. She's ready to leave at the drop of a hat. I asked my neighbor to keep an eye on my house. I must say that I will miss you. Walnut Cookie has helped put Cheonan on the map. On the one hand, he's stern, but on the other hand, he's tender. In the long run, it's going to benefit you. It's going to benefit you. In other words, they were persuasive. When the check came, I was on cloud 9 for days. Performance-wise, this bad boy is a beast. Plus, the battery life is pretty impressive too. I can't wrap my head around this. We both liked each other right off the bat. He's working very well, he's on fire. Are you a heavy drinker? I'm just average. How's your alcohol tolerance? It's not a problem unless it leads to drunken behavior. You can learn a lot about someone through a conversation over a glass of wine. I felt lightheaded and tipsy after just one drink. This new policy is thought of as a panacea for all the problems. I tend to go for comedies, but my wife prefers action movies. Whatever the occasion, black-colored clothing is always appropriate. They were engaged in conversation. Kim has been actively engaging in TV shows and social media channels. Thanks to her diligent practice, her skills have grown by leaps and bounds. When are you going to put the plan into practice? My mouth is as closed as an oyster. I can't get enough of their songs. They write one-of-a-kind tunes. This tree is estimated to be about 300 years old. Have you known each other since you were young? The food was absolutely delicious, and the atmosphere was so cozy. He always chickens out at the last moment. He's not good with his hands. He seems to have a knack for making money. We traditionally honor our ancestors by visiting their graves. Upon deeper reflection, I realized that it wasn't a business venture that requires an investment. One of the must-haves is songpyeon. It's a special type of rice cake that is shaped like a half moon. I totally crossed the line, and I want you to know that I'm truly sorry for being such an idiot. After years of neglect, our roof is on its last legs. It's leaking in several places and needs to be replaced urgently. We should take the initiative in this matter. I just wanted to give you a heads up about the heavy traffic during the holidays. The meeting ended without any drama. The argument didn't come to an end till the class began. For my future, I must brush up on my English. That's just off the top of my head. He tends to sit on the fence at meetings. I'm sorry if I'm being too nosy. I'm on the verge of losing my patience. They didn't have a vacant position. I have lived without any regrets on my conscience. That must have been a handful. We need to do this right from the get-go. Everyone has a skeleton in the closet. It's the skeleton in our family closet. As they say, it takes two to tango. I tried to laugh it off, but inside, I was so embarrassed. I can relate to that. Fit people are better able to cope with stress. I seldom go to a movie, maybe once in a blue moon. Commuting back and forth to Seoul is a pain in the neck. The ring must have cost you a fortune. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. You shouldn't feel bad about leaving the office right on time. Plus, the staff was super friendly and made the experience even better. We highly recommend taking a bus. It gets harder to find a like-minded friend. I never hesitate to praise my kids. I have a friend who is very precious to me. It looks like you are very close with this person. What goes around comes around. I really want to stop overthinking everything. You are in no position to badmouth others. Whenever I meet people from my hometown, I find myself speaking in dialect. You've got what it takes. Driving is like a calling to me. It's a book for young and old alike. It may be expensive, but it's worth every penny. You can think of it as the Korean Thanksgiving Day. I love to lose myself in my English study. You must set priorities and learn how to put first things first. Hope welled up in her heart. You will marry him over my dead body. That was a close call, close one, closer shave. Their affairs was an elephant in the room. I got a ceiling fan at a white elephant sale. I'm feeling a little nervous right now, so please bear with me. I experienced poverty at first hand. I'm going to throw a going away party for John. Now that you are married, you should think about having kids. He was on the verge of tears. Quit while you are ahead. A 13-year-old girl filed a lawsuit against Apple Korea. That's what makes it fun, though. The bottom line is that I won. It's safe to say that it's about us. Back in the day, we always had a great time in the backyard. I was so moved that I got choked up. The seriousness of the problem really hit home when I saw the documentary. Hit close to home. I couldn't bring myself to say those words to my father. The work is not worth the trouble. I didn't mean to stress you out. Driving in cities really stresses me out. I had no choice but to bite the bullet. My memory seems to get worse as I get older. These people are as rare as hen's teeth. We will be at the concert hall in no time. The grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. Just eyeball it, no pun intended. I feel a sense of accomplishment in my work. Why don't you shield your face with a hat? Whenever I buy expensive exercise equipment, it ends up gathering dust in a corner. Do you check in on your parents often? If I were you in your shoes, I would probably feel the same way. If I were in your shoes, I would probably feel the same way. Contrary to popular belief, soybeans don't contain estrogen. I'd be glad to help out, but Friday is out of the question. I have a hard time dealing with that person. Birds of a feather flock together. $1,000,000 is just a drop in the ocean to him. He's just filling you out like you are filling him out. I'd like to test the waters before I jump in. I have a craving for something sweet. I'm craving for a soup today. She is the green-eyed monster. This game is keeping me on the edge of my seat. The movie will keep you on the edge of your seat. The news spread like wildfire all over the village. Her beauty took my breath away. She came across some older photographs in a drawer. As the old saying goes, two heads are better than one. I have a suspicion but no critical evidence. I have suspicion but no decisive evidence. She was indecisive about wearing a jacket or a coat. Don't give up the day job. Don't quit your day job. The first street we tried turned out to be a dead end. I'm nothing but a driver. She's nothing but skin and bones. I have nothing but money. I can do nothing but laugh. No pressure on buying these. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. The idea took strong root. I had to have a heart-to-heart talk with her. He's one of a kind. I've never seen anyone like him. I think he just got chewed out by the director. Apply this ointment on your wound. Everything was fine, but her makeup was a fly in the ointment. I met up with my friends for the first time in a while. You must take anything she says with a pinch of salt. When it talks, sometimes you have to take it with a grain of salt. I have dinner plans with my wife. Every cloud has a silver lining. Every dog has his day. But there is a silver lining. I try not to drink during the week. I'm not accustomed to being treated like this. It's not hard once you get the hang of it. You are supposed to return it by noon. That was supposed to be funny. The engine doesn't sound like it's supposed to. There is much equipment. We are going to have to improvise. Since it was raining hard, we decided not to go out. He has a lot of connections. Out of question. No question. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's out of the question for me to finish the work in a week. This restaurant's food was the best, and the dessert was the cherry on top, the icing on the cake. Then those cookies must be like a pie in the sky for you. I'm just going through the motions. Don't take it personally, just ground yourself. Her compliment was music to my ears. I've seen some fine players, but she's in something else. The repair can take anywhere between 3 days and a week. Her behavior last night was completely out of character. Let's get the ball rolling. Let's keep the ball rolling. Hold your horses, honey. We've got plenty of time. She was pretty cool and she really knew her stuff. The secretary is really on the ball. If given the chance, I will do my best, or I will give my all. I'm easy to get along with. Your belongings are in good hands with our team. Keep in mind that it's better to be safe than sorry. With a good education and hard work, the sky is the limit. My old car today gave up the ghost. I'm feeling a little under the weather today. I have thought out a plan as the last resort. It was a piece of cake for her to cheat him. It will be like taking candy from a baby. This is not shooting fish in a batter anymore. Can I kill 2 birds with 1 stone during this trip? His girlfriend is the be-all and end-all of his existence. The doctor gave me a prescription for antibiotics. She catches on quick. He has no tact at all. I have a good eye for talent. First and foremost, wash your hands often with soap. Put all the clothes into the laundry machine and put in detergent and fabric conditioner. Parents should set an example for their children. It is trending among Korean young people. He does not even lift a finger at home. First of all, this is easier said than done. Whenever my mother-in-law visits my house, I'm walking on eggshells. Don't sweat the small stuff. What we know is just the tip of the iceberg. In all honesty, wine is not my cup of tea. I will look up to you as my teacher. My cup broke down, and to make matters worse, it began to rain. I don't want it to be a case of out of the frying pan and into the fire, he says. He made a mountain out of a molehill. Are we on the same page? Wavelengths. It's not much, but it's better than nothing. When I heard about the job opportunity, it sounded too good to be true. As a player, he can be a game changer. This time period is aimed at the housewife or homebody. I'm a homebody. Don't throw that away. It might come in handy. She felt ashamed of me. I am so ashamed of myself. Are you a party animal or a party poople? Let's grab a sandwich before we go. I will help you get more bang for your buck. You will be bound to tell me the truth. In the event of an accident, call this number. Texting and chatting have a negative impact on kids' grammar. I highly recommend this product. YouTube keeps showing me content that's right up my alley. The cop in that video was on a power trip. In this way, a virtuous circle would be created. Mary broke a dining room window and had to face the music when her father got home. It was raining cats and dogs last night. Those two sisters always fight like cat and dog. Many workers felt disillusioned with the company. All in all, the food was excellent. Although they are twins, they are as different as night and day. I'm willing to roll up my sleeves and work with you on this. I'm trying to make an effort to change. It helps to reduce food waste. I will burn the midnight oil tonight. The position comes with a lot of perks. He's not my friend, but is kind of an acquaintance. Just say the word when you are ready to leave for dinner. She keeps changing her mind. She's pretty wishy-washy sometimes. The patient was on the operation. Did you say you were getting an endoscopy? You should take it easy for a while. I'm thinking about taking a quick nap. It's on the tip of my tongue. They are definitely cut from the same cloth. They are definitely cut from a different cloth. Let's look at the pros and cons. We will leave no stone unturned. Last but not least is bull riding. My arms are a little sore, but otherwise I'm okay. It's been a week, but he's still not doing so well. I'm amazed at people who are good at that. We have to go all out to finish the job on time. The company went all out for this party. I do home workout every other day. He's not familiar with this type of machine. They probably want to say no to your request. They walked hand in glove and completed the work in the blink of an eye. Among other things, the television network will show Korean dramas. I've had good results with it myself. My spouse and I tied the knot after dating for 2 years. My wife and I always stick together like a glue. It was like entering a whole new world. Technically, coffee beans are not beans, but seeds. This also means that coffee is a fruit. As a rule of thumb, you can expect a new battery to last about a year. Cilantro is so polarizing. He has strong likes and dislikes, but he doesn't have likes and dislikes when it comes to food. Owing to the lack of funds, the project was put on hold. Their cars made my jaw drop. But as soon as she started singing, everyone's jaw dropped. I guess they got pumped up with their families watching. It feels very rewarding to help other people. What brings you to Germany? Have you heard from your aunt recently? If you ever hear from your niece, give me a call. What's up with Minu? What's up with your leg? Your mom is in a good mood. Your mom is in a good mood, in a bad mood. Her childish behavior rubs me the wrong way. Maya's attitude rubbed her the wrong way. I may have left the key inside the trunk. I may have gone too far. A picture is worth 1,000 words. We chose the hotel on their recommendation. There is a world of difference between their way of thinking. He was strongly opposed to the idea. She listened to his words attentively. This cold water really hit the spot. I'm kicking myself for not studying English harder. I work tomorrow. I'm working tomorrow. I'm going to work tomorrow. I will work tomorrow. Beggars can't be choosers. Any party in a storm. Buy cheap, buy twice. I ran as if my life depends on it. In the ocean despite the hurricane warning. He is knowledgeable on the subject. I have a good understanding of customer service. 여기서부터는 다음 시간에 하도록 하겠습니다.